This is Radar for On the Radar Entertainment Blog with another weekly baseball observation. This time, it's also hot stove, and it's the offseason. This week, the Pirates signed Charlie Tilson and Andrew Suzak to minor league deal. The Pirates don't have a guaranteed starting catcher, so let's take a flyer on every single catcher. Starting Marte has been traded, and then multiple other major league outfielders left through free agency, so we'll take a flyer on Charlie Tilson, because there's no guaranteed outfielder besides Gregory Polanco, not Blanco, excuse me. Twins signed Ulysses Skin to a minor league deal. They're just trying to build rotation depth because their rotation is kind of a weakness still. Then you also have the Phillies. They signed Logan Forsythe and Anthony Swarzak. Again, don't have a guaranteed second baseman or third baseman on this team, so you might as well sign somebody to a minor league deal. And then Swarzak, because there are no guaranteed spots in their bullpen as well. Diamondbacks signed Trace Thompson and John Jay to a minor league deal. Yes, they got Cole Calhoun. Yes, they got Dave Peralta, and they got Starling Marte. Starling Marte, Cole Calhoun, and Peralta not always been the most healthiest in their career, so there's a very, very good chance that both John Jay or Trace Thompson make the roster, but you never know. And with all the pitching moves they made since the deadline last year, Diamondbacks' rotation isn't set in stone, so Edwin Jackson can go back to Arizona and maybe make the rotation. The Yankees signed Dan Otero and David Hale to minor league deal. Again, rotation, bullpen depth because their bullpen is always their weakness, but you don't want to overtax them. The Rays signed Dylan Covey to minor league deal. I don't understand that. He's junk. The Giants signed Brandon Guyer to a minor league deal. They have no guaranteed outfield spots, really, so it's another guy. And they just signed Hunter Penn. So it's a reunion for them, and they'll give him a good bat off the bench. Because I don't think he's good enough every day to start unless he's DHing. And they signed Wilmer Flores to play second base, but that makes no sense because they went and got Dubon. This Mauricio Dubon got the Brewers. They want to give him opportunity. They re-signed, so they brought Solano and Yomar Sanchez into camp, and they brought Pablo Sandoval to camp. So I don't know what they're going to do with all these infielders. Then the Rangers signed Greg Bird a minor league deal, and that's a good thing because they don't have a guaranteed first baseman. The Marlins signed Son Rodriguez to a minor league deal. There's no guaranteed who's going to play what, so it's good to have a backup infielder who's a veteran. Braves signed Yonder Lodge a minor league deal. That I don't understand because they have Freddie Freeman and Adam Duvall, and they got a lot of guys who are corner infielders, outfielders on their team, and there's no DH, so it's probably just AAA depth. Rockies signed Tim Collins to minor league deal. Again, their bullpen and their rotation not set in stone, so signing guys to minor league deal is a good thing. And they brought back Ubaldo Jimenez, who I was surprised that in 2018, nobody picked him up, and nobody picked him up in 2019. So it'll be 2 full seasons. Indians signed Cameron up to minor league deal, just backup catching depth. And they signed Domingo Santana to add it to an already rotation of outfielders they have. Bowers has no business being in the outfield. Franmil Reyes, if he's going to play the outfield, be left field. They got Zimmer, they got Naquin, and they have Mercado, and they have Allen. They got too many outfielders. So I don't understand this Santana signing that well. Jays brought Jake Petriska back. They had him a couple years ago. Their bullpen, I said, is no guaranteed everything. And then it comes to retirement. Mike Dunn announces retirement. Pretty good reliever for a short period of time. And Major League Baseball hired Gregor Blanco and Nick Hundley to work for them. And I'm surprised because Nick Hundley just caught last year and Gregor Blanco just played last year. Blanco could still be a good backup outfielder pinch runner for plenty of teams in Major League Baseball. There are at least 5, maybe 6 teams that don't have a guaranteed starter or backup. Nick Hundley could have been that, but wish him well. I've been told that Dominic Brown decided to call it quits, and he's, working with baseball camps. And then Kenneth Morales just today decided he announced that he's going to retire. I'm surprised as well because there are plenty of teams that don't have a good DH or first baseman or a pinch hitter on their team. But okay. Now the Dodgers had a weird, interesting week this week. So they signed, they went out and traded for Mookie Betts. In doing so, they're like, well, we got an outfield jam, so we'll give you a young guy for Verdugo, and we'll send Jock Peterson somewhere else. The Red Sox just didn't want to get Alex Verdugo. They went and said, we want somebody else. So the Dodgers said, well, if we're taking on David Price's contract, we're not going to give you Gavin Lux or one of our better prospects. So the Dodgers are going to get Mookie Betts to take on David Price's contract, but they gave Verdugo up. Then they said to the Twins, hey, can we have one of your prospects? We'll give you Kenta Maeda because we know you need pitching. Instead of the Red Sox saying, why don't we just swap Maeda straight up for Price and Mookie Betts straight up for Verdugo, and maybe the Dodgers throw in another prospect that's lower level. They're involving the Twins here, and the reason why the trade hasn't gone through is because the prospect hasn't passed the physical and not sure about his health. The Dodgers should have just given up one of their prospects and Kenta Maeda straight to the Red Sox, or say, hey, to the Red Sox, we'll give you Jock Peterson and Verdugo, or we'll give you Ross Stripling. Because Ross Stripling is still a young enough, good pitcher that the Red Sox could use him. But the problem is, they can't now say, we'll give you Jock Peterson and Ross Stripling because Jock Peterson and Ross Stripling are going to the Angels for just Luis Rengifo was a backup last year, another prospect. The Angels really won that trade because they're getting Jock Peterson, who was a pretty good outfielder, to go to the already talented team that the Angels have, and they're getting Ross Stripling for a team that's dying for pitching. So I don't know what the Dodgers are doing. They're supplying the Twins with Kenta Maeda because they need starting pitching. They're supplying the Angels with Ross Stripling and they need him. And they're supplying the Angels with another hitter, Jack Peterson, when Rich Hill and Ryu left the Dodgers in free agency. So they're down 2 starters there. Now they're down even 2 more starters by trading away 2 of them. And if they trade now that let's say they traded away one guy to the Angels and one guy to the Twins, and they left 2 for free agency, and this deal with the Red Sox doesn't go through, but the Maeda part, let's say, does go through, then they lost out on Mookie Betts and 4 starters. Thanks for listening to another week of On the Radar Entertainment Blog's weekly baseball observation hostile edition. See you next time.